Hi everyone. Welcome to English Coffee Time.
Hey there, I'm Neo.
And I'm Emma. This is English Coffee Time, the channel where you learn real, everyday American English in a slow and clear way, perfect for beginners and intermediate learners.
On this channel, we regularly upload long conversations so you can listen, relax, and learn English naturally while drinking coffee, walking, driving, or doing daily activities.
Daily listening is one of the most powerful ways to improve your English, especially speaking and understanding. So please subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell to stay connected with us and learn step by step.
In every video, we practice real-life conversations in useful situations so English feels natural and not scary.
Today, we're talking about something very important and very common, introducing yourself in English. This is something everyone needs in school, work, travel, or daily life.
Exactly. We'll use simple words, real stories, and clear examples so you feel confident when you introduce yourself in English.
Hey, Neo. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Emma. How about you?
I'm good, but I was thinking about something that happened recently. I met some new people, and when it was time to introduce myself in English, I felt nervous. I knew the words, but my mind went blank for a second.
That feeling is very common. Almost everyone feels nervous when introducing themselves, especially in another language. The good news is, introducing yourself can be very simple.
Let's start with the most basic introduction. What is the easiest way?
The easiest way is just saying your name. For example, "Hi, I'm Neo." That's it. Simple and clear.
Yes, and you can also say, "Hello, my name is Emma." Both are correct.
Right. "Hi, I'm" is more casual. "Hello, my name is" a little more formal.
I remember my first day at college. The teacher said, "Please introduce yourself to the class." My heart was beating fast. I stood up and said, "Hi, I'm Emma. I'm from a small town, and I'm happy to be here."
That's a perfect introduction. Short, honest, and friendly.
After that, many students smiled at me, and I felt more relaxed.
That's an important point. When you introduce yourself, you don't need to be perfect. People care more about connection than perfect grammar.
So, after saying your name, what can you add next?
You can add where you are from. For example, "I'm from Texas," or "I'm from Brazil."
Yes, when I meet new people, I often say, "I'm from the US, but now I live in the city."
That gives more information and helps start a conversation.
I remember once I met someone at a cafe. I said, "Hi, I'm Emma. I'm from Illinois." And she said, "Oh, my sister lives there." Then we talked for 20 minutes.
See, a simple sentence can open a long conversation.
What about talking about your job or studies?
That's very common. You can say, "I'm a student," or "I work as a teacher," or "I work in an office."
When I was a student, I used to say, "I'm studying design." That was enough.
Exactly. You don't need details at first. You can add details later if the other person is interested.
I once made the mistake of talking too much in my introduction. I talked for 3 minutes nonstop.
Yes, that can happen. It's better to keep it short and then ask a question.
Asking a question is important, right?
Very important. After you introduce yourself, you can say, "What about you?" or "And you?"
Right. Introducing yourself is a two-way conversation. Let's give a simple, full example for beginners.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Emma. I'm from the US. I'm a student. Nice to meet you.
Perfect. Very clear.
And the other person might say, "Nice to meet you too."
Exactly.
Now let's talk about adding hobbies. This makes your introduction more personal.
Yes, you can say, "I like music," or "I enjoy cooking," or "I love watching movies."
I usually say, "I like reading and walking in the city."
That's great. One time, I introduced myself at a language meetup. I said, "Hi, I'm Neo. I like photography." Someone replied, "Really? Me too," and we became friends.
That's a great example of how hobbies connect people.
Yes, You don't need special hobbies. Simple things are fine.
Like, I like coffee.
Perfect for this channel.
I once introduced myself by saying, Hi, I'm Emma. I love coffee. Everyone laughed and agreed.
Coffee brings people together.
Now, let's talk about introducing yourself at work or school.
In those situations, you might want to be a little more professional.
For example,
Hello, I'm Neo. I just joined the team. I work in marketing.
that sounds natural.
I remember my first day at a new job. I walked into the office and said, Hi, I'm Neo. I'm new here. Everyone smiled and welcomed me.
Simple and honest.
Yes, you don't need big words to make a good impression.
What about nervousness? My voice sometimes shakes.
That's okay. Even native speakers feel nervous. The key is to speak slowly.
Slow English is confident English.
Exactly.
Let's do a small role play. We meet for the first time.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Emma. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Emma. Where are you from?
I'm from the US. How about you?
I'm from California.
That feels very natural.
And very real.
Now let's talk about introducing yourself in social situations, like parties.
Parties can be scary for introductions.
Yes, I went to a party last month. I didn't know anyone.
What did you do?
I took a deep breath and said to the person next to me, Hi, I'm Emma. I don't know many people here.
That's actually a great introduction. Very honest.
She laughed and said, Me too. And then we talked all night.
Sometimes honesty is the best introduction.
What can learners say if they forget words?
Keep it simple. Use words you know. For example, sorry, my English is not perfect.
That sentence helps reduce pressure.
Yes, most people will be patient and kind.
I often say, I'm learning English.
That's perfect.
Now let's talk about introducing yourself online, like in a video call.
Online introductions are very common now.
I usually say, Hi everyone, I'm Emma. Can you hear me?
Yes, that's very real.
Once, my microphone didn't work, and I typed in the chat, Hi, I'm Emma. My mic is not working.
Technology problems happen to everyone.
And that's okay.
Exactly.
What about introducing yourself when traveling?
Very important. You can say, Hi, I'm Neo. I'm visiting from the US.
That said, once on a train, the person helped me find my stop.
That's a great example of practical English.
Now let's slow down and repeat some key phrases.
Good idea.
Hi, I'm
Nice to meet you.
from,
I work as.
I like.
These phrases are building blocks.
Yes, you can mix them and create many introductions.
And with practice, they become automatic.
Let's continue by talking about how your introduction can change depending on the situation.
You know, Neo, something I noticed is that when people introduce themselves, they often feel they must be perfect, but real life is not perfect at all.
Exactly. Real introductions are messy, human, and sometimes a little awkward, and that's okay. I remember once I introduced myself and forgot my own job title.
Really?
Yes, I said, Hi, I'm Neo. I work with people. Everyone laughed, including me. Then I relaxed, and the conversation became easy.
That's such a good point. Being honest can actually help. I once said, Hi, I'm Emma. I'm a little nervous because English is not my first language. And the other person smiled and said, No worries, take your time.
That sentence is very useful. I'm a little nervous, but happy to meet you. Simple and very human.
Let's practice that. Hi, I'm Emma. I'm a little nervous, but happy to meet you.
Perfect. Beginners can use that anywhere. Another thing people ask is, what do you do? That question comes very fast.
Yes, and many learners panic, but the answer can be very simple. I'm a student, or I work in an office. You don't need details.
Exactly. Once, when I was between jobs, I said, Right now I'm learning new skills and looking for new opportunities. That sounded confident.
That's a great sentence. I'll repeat it slowly. I'm learning new skills and looking for new opportunities.
Nice. Let's talk about introducing yourself in different situations. For example, in a classroom.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Emma. I'm new here. I'm studying English because I want to travel and meet new people.
Very clear. I remember my first English class. I said, "Hi, I'm Neo. I like movies and coffee." The teacher said, "You're in the right place."
Coffee always helps. What about introducing yourself at work on the first day?
At work, keep it friendly and simple. "Hi, I'm Neo. I just joined the team. I'm excited to work with you."
That word excited is very common. Even if you are tired or scared, you can say excited.
Yes. Another useful phrase, "Please feel free to ask me anything." It shows openness.
I like that. When I started my part-time job, I said, "Please tell me if I make any mistakes." People were very kind.
Mistakes are normal. Now let's talk about introducing yourself in social situations, like a friend's party.
Parties are hard. Loud music, many people. I usually start with, "Hi, I'm Emma. How do you know the host?"
That's a perfect question. I use it all the time. Once I met someone at a party and said that, and we discovered we worked in the same building.
Wow, small world. I had a similar moment. I said, "I'm from Chicago," and the other person said, "Me too." We talked for an hour.
See? One simple sentence can open many doors.
What about phone or video calls? Introducing yourself without seeing the person clearly.
On the phone, your voice matters. Smile when you speak. "Hi, this is Neo speaking. Nice to talk to you."
This is Emma speaking. That sounds very professional.
Yes, I use it for work calls. Once I forgot and said, "Hi, it's me." The client said, "Who?" We laughed.
Good lesson. Be clear. Now let's talk about introducing yourself again and again. Sometimes you meet the same people.
True. You can say, "Hi, we met last week. I'm Neo." Or, "Nice to see you again."
I love "nice to see you again." It sounds warm.
Warmth is important. People remember how you make them feel, not perfect grammar.
That's so true. I once met a woman whose English was very simple, but she smiled and listened. I remember her clearly.
Listening is part of introducing yourself. After you speak, you listen.
Let's practice a longer introduction for intermediate learners.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Emma. I grew up in a small town, but now I live in the city. I'm interested in design and storytelling. In my free time, I like walking, taking photos, and trying new coffee places.
That's excellent. Clear, natural, and personal. I'll do one too. "Hi, I'm Neo. I work in digital marketing. I enjoy teaching and learning languages. One interesting thing about me is that I moved to a new country alone, and it changed my life."
That sentence is powerful. It changed my life. People like stories.
Yes, stories connect us, even small stories, like, "I love cooking because my grandmother taught me."
Family stories are great. I often say, "I learned to bake from my mom." People always respond.
Now let's help beginners who freeze and say nothing.
If you freeze, you can say, "Sorry, I'm thinking." That buys time.
Or, "Let me think for a second." Totally natural.
I use that all the time. Also, repetition helps. Practice the same introduction every day.
Exactly. Say it in the mirror. Say it while walking. Say it quietly.
One more situation, introducing yourself to a neighbor.
Good one. "Hi, I'm Neo. I just moved in next door."
I did that last year. My neighbor said, "Welcome," and brought cookies.
Cookies are the best reward. Now, cultural note. In American English, first names are common.
Yes, people usually say, "Call me Emma," not Miss Emma.
Unless it's very formal, but most daily situations are casual.
Let's do a gentle role play that beginners can copy.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Emma.
"Hi, Emma. Nice to meet you."
Nice to meet you too. Where are you from?
"I'm from California. How about you?"
I'm from Illinois. This is my first time here.
Simple, slow, and real.
And that's enough. You don't need more.
Exactly. Confidence comes from simplicity.
I think many learners feel better now.
I hope so. And we're not done yet. There are more situations to explore.
Yes, because introductions are everywhere in life.
And each one is a chance to practice English naturally.
Let's keep going and talk about introducing yourself when you feel shy or tired.
That's very real.
You know, Neo, another situation where introducing yourself is really important is when you start a new class or course, especially language classes.
Oh, yes, definitely. I remember my first English class in college. The teacher said, "Let's go around the room and introduce ourselves." My heart was beating so fast.
Same here. What did you say?
Very simple. I said, "Hi, my name is Neo. I'm from a small town. I'm learning English because I want to travel." It wasn't perfect, but everyone understood.
That's the key, right? Not being perfect, but being clear.
Exactly. And after that, one student came to me and said, "Hey, I want to travel too." That's how we became friends.
I love that. Simple introductions can open doors. I had a similar experience. In my first art class, I said, "Hi, I'm Emma. I love drawing, but I'm still learning." The teacher smiled and said, "That's why you're here." I felt relaxed right away.
That's a great example. You don't need to sound amazing, you just need to sound honest.
Let's talk about introducing yourself at work on your first day.
Oh yes, first day nerves. On my first day at one company, I went desk to desk and said, "Hi, I'm Neo. I'm new here. Nice to meet you." That's all.
Short and sweet.
Yes, some people added more, some didn't. One coworker said, "Welcome, I'm Sarah. I've been here 5 years." Later, she helped me a lot.
I remember my first part-time job. I said, "Hi, I'm Emma. I'm the new intern." And my manager said, "Don't worry, we all started somewhere." That made me feel safe.
That's why tone matters. Smile, relaxed voice, open body language.
What about introducing yourself when you make a mistake?
Oh, good one. I once sent an email to the wrong person. Later, I met them and said, "Hi, I'm Neo. I'm the one who sent you that email by accident." We laughed.
That's very human. I once introduced myself and forgot the other person's name 5 seconds later.
Oh no!
I said, "I'm so sorry. Can you remind me of your name?" And they said, "No problem at all. It happens."
That's an important lesson for learners. You can say simple repair sentences.
Like, "Sorry, I didn't catch your name."
Or, "Can you say that again, please?"
These sentences are part of introducing yourself too.
Exactly. Communication is not just talking, it's fixing small problems.
Let's talk about introducing yourself in a new city.
When I moved to a new city, I met neighbors and said, "Hi, I'm Neo. I just moved in next door." One neighbor brought me cookies.
That's so nice. When I moved, I said, "Hi, I'm Emma. I'm new to the building." An older woman told me where the best grocery store was.
See, introductions bring help.
What about introducing yourself when you feel shy?
Start very small. Just name and smile. "Hi, I'm Neo." That's enough.
And you can add later.
Yes, you don't need to say everything in one sentence.
That's important for beginners to hear.
Let's do a calm, shy introduction example.
Okay. Hi, I'm Emma.
Nice to meet you, Emma. I'm Neo.
And that's it. Conversation can grow later.
Exactly.
Another situation, introducing yourself to a teacher.
Good one. "Hello, I'm Neo. I'm in your Monday class. I have a question about homework."
Polite and clear.
Teachers appreciate that.
What about introducing yourself when asking for help?
Very useful. "Hi, I'm Neo. I'm new here and I need some help."
I used that sentence many times.
Me too.
Let's talk a little bit about cultural differences.
Sure. In American English, first names are common.
Yes, even with teachers or coworkers sometimes.
But if you're not sure, start polite.
Hello, my name is Emma.
Then follow their lead.
Exactly.
Another good tip, match the situation.
Casual place, casual intro.
Formal place, more polite.
But still simple.
Always simple.
Let's share one more memory each.
Okay, I once introduced myself at a volunteer event. I said, "Hi, I'm Neo. I'm here because I want to help." A year later, I was leading the group.
That's amazing. My memory, I introduced myself at a writing workshop. I said, "Hi, I'm Emma. I'm scared to share my writing." People clapped. I felt brave.
That shows introductions can be emotional too.
Yes, they show who you are.
And your English doesn't have to be perfect to do that.
Exactly.
Let's give listeners a simple structure they can remember.
Name, one fact, one feeling.
For example, "Hi, I'm Neo. I'm learning English. I'm happy to be here."
Or, "Hi, I'm Emma. I work as a student. I'm a little nervous but excited."
Perfect.
Practice that every day.
In front of the mirror or with friends.
Or even talking to yourself.
Yes.
Okay, everyone, that was today's English coffee time.
We talked about introducing yourself in English in many real-life situations.
Parties, work, school, travel, online, and everyday life.
Remember, simple English is good English.
Now it's your turn.
In the comments, write a short introduction about yourself in English.
Write your name, one thing about you, and one small memory or feeling.
We read every comment and reply to many of you.
If this video helped you, please like it and subscribe to English Coffee Time.
Turn on the bell so you don't miss future conversations.
Thank you for spending your time with us.
Keep practicing, keep speaking, and be kind to yourself.
See you soon.
Right here on English Coffee Time.
Bye for now.